This is the underside of a Creality Ender3 V3 SE 3D printer, and I'm going to be trying to replace the default fans that come with it that are quite noisy. This is from the power supply that I've already removed the cover here. This one's from the back panel or bottom panel. Goes on the motherboard here with the heat sinks that you can see over here. For some reason the power supply doesn't have a heatsink, unless I guess it's just the casing, which is the heatsink maybe, because there's one tiny one here I guess, and these MOSFETs are connected directly to here, so probably this one too I guess. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to replace those fans. The common problem with this, or common complaint with these machines, is that the fans are very noisy. They're very small. The diameter is like, I don't know, 6? Yeah, probably smaller than 6. Or 5 maybe. I don't know how, but they're small. Anyway, and they're 24 volts and they spin very, very fast. And they are very noisy. They make it makes a high pitch whine. For example, let's see if we can show it here. So the power supply is over here. So it has to like pull air from these tiny holes and basically push them throughout the thing, out these vents, out these grills. So it's like very restricted airflow to like push some air through, and you have to like make this fan spin very fast. I guess that's why it's 24 volt. Not so much here, but like it's still like tiny holes underneath here. Yeah, it's like very restricted. I don't really think you need that much airflow. I mean, how hot can you get? The hardest part really is the heated plate prints on, not these parts, I guess. It's kind of annoying. Like the casing is like solid plastic, and there's no like ventilation holes anywhere, so that might be an issue. Yeah, that makes no sense. Like you can't really leave it on all the time. Like say you wanted to connect it to a Octoprint server or something. I haven't done that yet, but I probably will at some point. Yeah, it's like day 5 of me having this printer, so I'm already like looking into ways to modify it. So yeah, if you want to have it like always on or something and just like send things to print for, it's like a noisy, annoying thing to have on all the time. So what I'm going to do is replace them with these fans, which are, I don't know, smaller. Well, they're bigger. 8, maybe 6. I don't know. They're slightly bigger, and they should like, and they are like 12 volt and yeah, 12 volt, and yeah, they are relatively quiet. Instead of having a high pitch whine all the time, you have a low hum, which is more tolerable. Obviously, these little things here give you 24 volts, so those won't work with this. So you have to like use a converter. Like this is DC to DC buck converter, LM2596. It can take in the input is like 40 volt, I think, up to 40 volt, and it has a little twist potentiometer thing here, so it can focus you. Let's go here, it should focus. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it has a variable output, so we just need to like adjust it to maybe like 9 volts or something, just to get like quiet, well, reasonably quiet, like bigger fans here. Yeah, I see like lots of people using Noctua fans or like some expensive brand name fan. You don't need those. That's just dumb. Like you don't need to like put like an expensive fan here. You just put any like normal large fan will be always like much quieter than these things, running at lower speeds. The other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this panel off just to get more ventilation in. So I don't have to like deal with like those tiny holes. These tiny holes, I mean, I have to push air through these, which probably contributes to like the whistling noise. And yeah, that's it. Oh, other thing. So since I'm leaving this off, I'm gonna be like actually mounting the buck converter here on this little thing. This is like the screw that came with the the Ender3 thingy. So I'm just going to be mounting it on here, like on this little pillar here, and I clipped off the little bit of plastic here so I can fit the capacitor against it. That's at least managed to get some use out of the nippers that came with the printer here. This one, so I'll be able to connect to this thing. I need my potentiometer, which is somewhere. I'll show it later. Basically to adjust it so I get 9 volt out of it, and yeah, I'll mount the fans. One of them will be probably here. You see, I put a little spacer here. Those are just like plastic M4, M3, I forget. Whatever the standard thread for PC screws are. I think it might be M3. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so those things, and basically I got a bunch of those cheap. Those are like AliExpress fans anyway, like something bought on AliExpress, very cheap. Probably got each of them like less than $1. They're probably gonna last a while, so I'm not worried about that. If they do fail, I can always change them. So yeah, these are little spacers as well. I think some spare screw I got somewhere. I don't know where I found this, but basically it's long enough that I can like mount it on this thing. I got the same one here. I think this one came with the printer, but I don't know from where. I removed it from one of these things, but I don't know which one. Yeah, anyway, so I'm going to be just focus here. Yeah, so this is going to be here. So I'm going to need 3 of these like connected to each other so I can clear the transformer here. And luckily, Creality didn't put a screw here, so I can just fit this one right here. So this 2 of them will be able to clear this thing. I can just like mount it like hovering above these heat sinks, and it will blow air directly on it. So I'll connect both fans to the same buck converter. So a wire is going to go, the output's going to here, to the buck converter is going to be here, and then the input goes to buck converter, output goes back to the fans here. Which is going to be above the transformer, blowing air. I should try to like triangle it, kind of, sort of, like over these components, I guess. Sorry, over these components. Over these components. I don't know how I'm going to do this one. Yeah, maybe here. I don't know if this one's that important, but like it seems like the air was blowing over here, so these ones might be more. There's a giant capacitors, and these may need to be cooled more. Some MOSFETs here, so I guess it'll work out. I think. Yeah, if I put it here, kinda, like the air will blow. Yeah, I'll sort of work. Because I'm gonna need inductor here. Well, we'll see if it fries. If it blows up, then we'll know it didn't work. Otherwise, yay, it worked. So yeah, this should be good enough. If not, can have one here. Could have one here. There's nothing that says I can't like put 2 fans. I have another spare fan. I have 2 of these already, and I have like a 3rd one laying around. So just yeah, I mean it's 24 volts, so down to 9 volts, and those are like very low voltage fans, so it should be fine. I don't think the current draw has been that high that it's gonna melt wires or anything. Anyway, I'm gonna be soldering everything and coming back to like assemble. And we're back. So yeah, I wired up the thing here, so I put it over here. It's gonna be flipped over once we're done, just so I can have something to hold it while I fiddle with the screw. Little tiny screw here, which is like 25 turn potentiometer, and I have it wired up to my multimeter thingy, using crocodile clips, ever handy. So another thing here, those are duple terminals thingies. I don't have the GST. I think it's 2.5 millimeter pitch things. I don't have the female version of this, so I'm just going to use these. They're the same thing, basically. Yeah. I mean, eventually, like, I might just remove this. I don't need to, like, worry too much about making it fancy. Yeah. So, alright. So currently it's all wired up. It's not turned on, plugged in, but not on. So I'm going to turn it on. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. And have 15 volts by default. So I'm going to adjust this to be going up. So counterclockwise makes it go down. So I'm going to go down to like maybe 10 volts. Keep going down and down. And one more turn here. Keep turning, turning, and slipping off. How about 10 volts? Close enough. Alright, so we got this. So I'm going to do a test now. I mean, the temperature. This is a. Come on, turn on. Oh. The temperature isn't bad. These are getting a little warm, but not too bad. The MOSFETs are. Or what? I don't know. 25, 24. Yeah, everything's cool. And over here we are. It's basically idle, so there's nothing really happening. And you see how quiet it is, so that'd be nice if it could stay that way. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the fans here. One of them, see how it spins. Hopefully I don't break anything. Connected the thing here. It's off, so I'm just going to turn it on again. Hopefully it doesn't blow up. And super quiet. And decent airflow, I guess. I'm trying to feel it. Yeah, decent airflow. I put this straight against this, nothing happened, nothing's burning, nothing exploding, so yeah, it's super quiet. Barely hear it. Oh yeah. It went up by a little bit, but whatever. Okay, so that should be that. Let's turn it off. Turn the switch off, and there we go. Alrighty. Okay, so these, I think this one I'm gonna go here. I already put one in, so basically I'm gonna need 3, whatever. So basically these spacers are, you can find them on Amazon, or they're risers, spacers, I forget what they're called, but like they're basically like standard PC components. These are plastic ones. They make metal ones usually. So I'm gonna twist this one a bit. The problem I have now is that this thing pokes out a bit. See, it pokes out a bit from the thing here, and obviously I won't be able to put this back on, the back plate, or this one. I'm just gonna leave everything open so it's like ventilated and whatnot. The only issue might be dust, I guess, but like, I mean, it's like a tiny gap between the things, so it's not, nothing's gonna be that bad. Even if there's dust, like once in a while, just like flip it over, just dust it out with a blast of air, compressed air or something. Yeah, so the problem here is that I can't put this on, and obviously, I mean, they have like small rubber things underneath here, which is, well, not going to be high enough anyway. So I found these lying around. This from IKEA furniture, I think. Oh, there's an extra spacer on this one. Basically, yeah, these are like 4 of them from like some either IKEA furniture or leftover something. I don't know. I mean, like, you could use anything. You could use like cardboard, just like glue it to this part, like just like stack a few pieces of cardboard or whatever, just like as long as you get some clearance so that your fan isn't like resting on the ground. So I mean, this should be enough, right? Yeah, it's like much bigger than the fan itself. And yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I actually have this thing, which is a piece of vinyl plank, which is very versatile. I mean, it's like shit, very crappy flooring option. It's like very thin, breaks easily, but it is still vinyl. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a few pieces, like just so I have something to thread this thing on. So basically it's gonna be threaded through here, like small sections here, and I'm gonna like screw them onto this part, these four sections over here. So that way that will be like where I will like screw these on next. So it's like yeah. So anyway, it will hold on to here and it will be fine. It should be fine anyway. Yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna do all this, and actually let me just, before I forget or lose that piece. There you go. There you go. So this one here is also an M3 thing, so it screws right in. So I have a spot for my fan here, which is just going to be hanging on top directly, like it covers the whole main board, so it's going to be fine. Eventually I might like, I don't think I'm going to swap this out, this is fine for now. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so I've installed the cables, everything, put the buck converter the right way, move the cables out of the way, and this is the fan above the power supply, the fan above the main board. If I turn it on, yep, very quiet, it's a whisper quiet. So basically, I can basically leave it on all the time, it won't bother me. The fan on the extruder and the hot end, I mean the hot end doesn't turn on all the time, only when it's printing, so that should be fine. And yeah, so for the legs, this one's a bit loose, but basically it's a piece of vinyl plank. Got a drilled a small 3.2mm hole for the N3 screw here. It should be 5.5, but this one ended up being 6, so it's a bit bigger, but basically it should be fine. It'll wobble a bit, but like once it's on the seated, it'll be good. It should be fine. If not, I can always just redo this bit. So this one's all fixed up, so I just need to put this one over here. Yeah, it's focused. Just move this out of the way, kinda. This is tight, not moving, so then I just take this thing here and just hopefully screw it in here. There we go. Well, doesn't exactly. Oh, should probably. So anyway, there you have it. Right, so put this on here, screw it on. Did 2 hands for this, and anyway, yeah. So it's done. All the legs are here, so it like has clearance, as you can tell, more or less. Yeah, it should be cleared, and there's plenty of room, plenty of airflow. I don't think we'll ever have any issues. So yeah, feels some air here, feels some air here. Yeah, there's some airflow over here. So yeah, it's all the way around the power supply. Of course, the main board is like blowing directly on it, so it should be fine. And yeah, there you go. Like compared to before, which was like a racket every time this thing was on. So this is a massive improvement. I don't know why they don't just like put tiny, but larger, quieter fans on there. Those look cheap. Then I'm like, this is probably more expensive than these. It's a 24-volt fan. Probably like spins very fast. They're not exactly the same size either. This one has like smaller blades. This one has larger blades. I don't know. Anyway, so there you have it. I'm gonna flip it back over and see how it looks. Alright, there you have it. It is on. You can't hear anything. I'll leave it on for a little bit. You can feel the airflow. Looks like this large gap down here. You can see the light from the buck converter down there. So yeah, compared to before, this is like much quieter. Of course, if you do like any kind of vibration, you'll hear the well, actually no, it's still very quiet. This is like a massive improvement compared to before. It's basically quieter than the air conditioning, so I won't bother by it. Leave it on all the time. I don't think that's a problem in itself. Alright. Anyway, that's it for the video. Hope you found this informative. And remember, subscribe, what have you. Like, if you like.